Hey Leos, and welcome to your 2019 year ahead forecast. This is Sky here to give you some channeled insights, astrological messages, and tarot views into the incredible and impeccable year of 2019 for you. I think it's going to be so amazing for you all. I'm really excited to be here, and I feel very energetic. I feel like I've just had a cup of coffee, but let's not lie, I have, and I'm continuing to drink one right now. I'm not ashamed it's Starbucks, but yeah, do you guys have a Starbucks habit? It could be. Leo is a very caffeinated sign right now and very energized one way or another. Before we get heavily into this reading, you guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy my content and if you would like to see more. There's so much new stuff coming over 2019. I hope that you will hit that button and hit the bell button so you'll know when I'm posting. Also, be sure to check out my Patreon page, and it is with the love and incredible support of my patrons that I am able to give this extra series to you guys. I have a pretty cool deal going on with my subscriptions right now where you can obviously get my readings early and ad-free, but you can also get my 2019 Year Ahead Meta Companion just by virtue of having the subscription, and access to my benevolence content, which are extra streams and extra horoscopes and different things throughout the month. Be sure to check that out. Anyway, Leo, let's talk about you. Let's talk about your year of 2019, and let's talk about, the good, the bad, the ugly, the easy, the hard. It's going to be a lot easier than 2018. I really think it is. When I think of Leo energy, actually the first thing that comes to my mind is all of the heavy eclipses that your sign has been affected by. We had like Great American Solar Eclipse in 2017. We had like Super Blue Blood Moon and Plutonian eclipses in 2018. So I feel like there's been such a heaviness in Leo and such a strong ideal of something being taken and something being given, something being sacrificed and something being manifested. There's like this equal give and take that has been in some ways psychologically terrorizing for a lot of you, is the only way that I can really put it. When I've worked with Leos, I myself am a Leo rising, I can speak from experience. There's just been an edge of things feeling like a little bit of a fun house, all the mirrors are around you and distorting reality, distorting perception. And it was kind of interesting to see that ended up being the result of a lot of your experiences, was more of a almost Neptunian and Piscean complex, which I can only attribute to the eclipses really, and especially that super blue blood moon that we had in the beginning of 2018. We will be having more eclipses moving into 2019, in fact one towards the end of January. But that particular one and the ones coming over 2019, I don't feel to affect you as strongly or as potently, but it will. There's going to be some kind of resolution. And you'll probably see that your life takes on a certain type of momentum that is quite strong in and around the various eclipses that we have over the next year. So again, it will be important to be checking back to my channel and seeing. I always do channelings of eclipses, ones that are, actually visible especially, and are important because I find them to be really catalyzing for every sign. So yes, always be aware of the eclipses, always be aware of when they're happening, because I do feel it's an important time for Leo, especially to be tentative. There's a tentative nature that needs to be assumed by Leo during eclipse time, so that you're not just kind of thrashing about and not making split decisions. Because that's what I've seen most often with eclipses, is they can spur split decisions and compulsive decisions that end up in regrets, which I don't think is something that you have to take into this year, Leo. So that's one thing that I really want you to work with on the shadow side of your energy moving into 2019. What are the spur decisions? What are the compulsive decisions and the decisions or choices that you make based on a stress response or based on something that's not actually lasting or permanent within you? It'll be important, I think, to come face to face with compulsions and reactions and reactive tendencies for you, and how that has mirrored some of the psychological perhaps terrors or difficulties that you have experienced in the year of 2018. And I think that the beginning of 2019 is really the perfect environment for you to come face to face with that and for you to really heal a lot. I feel like Q1, January to March of 2019 is an incredible healing time for Leo. So much potent healing opportunity for you to, also help like your physical health as well. So for those of you that have had any type of chronic illness or, really anything that has gone wrong with your physical body, there's a great building time for your health throughout the entire year, really. As you will just see in 2019, which I love so much, a stronger sense of luck. Jupiter is in Sagittarius, which is trining you. It's from your fellow fire sign. Jupiter and Leo energy blend really well, harmonize really well. And Jupiter and Sag for you, I feel, is a majorly lucky energy. It is to me like a feeling of winning and a feeling of victory and a feeling of, luckily navigating the right types of circles and having the right types of people come in. But I also know that what can happen with that energy is it also pushes out the wrong type of people. So the only issue with that is sometimes we don't know who the wrong types of people are until hindsight. So you could see that a lot of people wash out of your life, or you could see that, even perhaps people that you have certain types of attachments to feel to be taken away from you, when in reality this is a lucky thing, or this is something that is in the long run something that does you a major service. So just try to keep that in mind if you do experience any type of loss this year. In a year like 2019, loss is like ending up to be something lucky. I also do feel that there will be quite a few sudden changes for especially the Leos who are born towards the Cancer-Leo cusp. So like late July and into early August. At the latest, really, you definitely will see that with Uranus moving into Taurus and squaring your Leo energy, you'll see like sudden desires for innovation. You'll see a sudden want for something completely new, like, jetting off to another country, especially with that Jupiter and Sag energy as well. There could be a desire to travel for a lot of you. I do feel that this is a very mobile year for Leo in general, like going lots of places, not being too still. 2018 was kind of a year for stillness for you, and perhaps the beginning of 2019 can be that as well, but by around mid 2019, I think that most Leos find themselves most healthy by moving and by being exposed to new environments and having new experiences. New stimulation, new visual stimulation is really important for Leo for sure this year. Also, an overwhelming intuitive message I feel for Leo is that the ball might not be directly in your court, so you do have to kind of meet the universe halfway. So if there's something that you want in life, or something that you want to pursue or want to achieve, you do have to push for it in this type of year. I really feel that strongly to a certain degree. So nothing's really in your territory. We don't have much like outer planet activity or really in much planetary activity at all in like Leo or Aquarius, which are like your two main activators. We will of course have the inner planets during your time of the year. So during July and August, you'll have like perhaps easier times with things just coming to you naturally. And Jupiter and Sag will give to you. But there's something about Jupiter and Sag that also really likes to see people try and likes to see people really motivated and behind what they're doing. And like Uranus is in Taurus, we're having like Neptune in Pisces, Chiron in Aries, which again is another fire triangle, which could give to you as well, but it's Chiron energy, which is kind of, again, psychological territory, and it can be physical, but it just deals with the psychological reactions to the physical as well. So there's just a sense of, if you are too still or not moving or not reaching for something this year, it could just kind of pass by and there might just not be that much activation. But how easy it is to, like, in the smallest way, get behind something and have like a huge turnout. So I just want to set that for you guys, like set that maybe anticipation or goal in mind, that it's not really an entitlement year or a year where things just naturally are given or naturally deposited. We also have Saturn in Capricorn and Pluto in Capricorn as well, which again is that quincunx angle to you, and then also Neptune in Pisces. So both of your quincunxes are activated this year, which a quincunx is a hard energy, but it does create a yod to your sun. So you can see that like Neptune and Pluto create like a yod, or even like Neptune and Pluto, or Saturn and Chiron, Saturn and Neptune, depending on where your sun is, which the yod in astrology is considered the finger of God. It's an incredibly, incredibly potent angle, which will carry you in a lot of ways. And again, it's a psychological angle, but it's also a gifting angle. It's called the finger of God because it usually gives to people almost like this godly presence or this godly ability. So yes, you could see like a prodigy Leo. You could see like a Leo who becomes, an innovator or has some kind of prodigal talent. Definitely. So definitely incredibly wonderful period of time for you, Leo, to, pursue your talents, to pursue the kind of odd talents as well, things that haven't been done before. It's a very innovative energy, especially with what Uranus is doing for you. Especially for you Leo risings out there as well, because Uranus is on your midheaven in Taurus. So innovating on the world stage, being prodigal in your output onto the world stage is something that can bring just a completely unexpected and unanticipated huge response. just by the smallest motivation and by the smallest, effort, really, with Jupiter and Sag and Chiron and Aries really offering to give a lot for just a little bit of effort. Because within that small effort, I do feel is like the power of the sun for you. And I feel that it is like this incredibly, almost like, it's like uranium, it's like plutonium, it's like these very small elements that pack like a huge punch, especially for those of you with Scorpio in your chart. You would have seen that over 2018 that Jupiter really expanded these like small things, so these small motivations, these small connections, these small punch packing energies within you. And now 2019 is the perfect stage to activate those and to make the best business out of them, or to make the most incredible health or most incredible sense of connection and new pathways for yourself. It's really, really beautiful. I love to see it for you all. As for other astrological themes for you in the year of 2019, again, not too much is in your court, not too much is directly there, but in the background and from these odd little angles like these quincunxes and these yods, you get like everything that you need, and you get perhaps even more than you need in some cases. Mars will be doing some interesting things for you as well. So you're going to be having a lot of just energy spikes, I feel like, a lot of desires really emerging again. I don't feel like 2019 is depressive in any way for you. There would have to be something else in the chart, like a lot of Pisces or a lot of Cancer, something that gets more affected by the Saturn, Pluto, and Capricorn to really have any type of depressive or anxiety tendencies. I'm not really feeling that for Leo too strongly, so that's going to be an incredible weight off of your shoulders at some point in time here, because I know that 2018 had a lot more anxiety and a lot more panic as well, so that's going to subside, I feel, for most Leos. And I also feel that Venus does you really well in the year of 2019 as well. Once Venus gets out of Scorpio, it did like a crazy little retrograde thing there for a long time in 2018. Once that gets into Sag, trines you. And then especially when that moves into Aquarius later on, you will see a nice little activation there as well. So new love is possible. I don't think Mercury retrogrades will be as difficult for you in the year of 2019. I know they were really hard in 2018 because they were all in fire signs. We did have Mercury retrograde in Leo during the summer of 2018, so a lot of you might even still be recovering from that. They're easier this year for you, not quite as potent. And the solar activity for you, I also feel, is more natural as well. So again, 2019, really, Leo, I feel you, other than the eclipses can bring perhaps a bit of turmoil, depending on how you're navigating through them. That's the only red flag I feel is like eclipses. So definitely keep an eye on the eclipses. Otherwise, the rest of the planetary activity supports you vastly. Let's talk about these concepts. So if you guys saw any of the other videos in this series, you would have seen that I channeled in 2 concepts and affirmations for each sign. And the ones that I got for Leo, the first one is understanding your own potency. Okay, really easy, really simple. 4 words, understanding your own potency. Leo sometimes does not understand how powerful they are and how much energy they have. And you might see that a lot of people look away from you, or you might see that there is a potential for loss, And I want you to, next time you're outside during the daytime, ask yourself how long you can look at the sun. How long can you stare directly into that thing? Not long, it's not good, and it's unhealthy. So you have to understand that you carry, by default, as a Leo, that energy of not being able to really be looked at for too long. So yes, people come and go, and you come and go. People sometimes feel blinded by your energy. So wrapping your head around your own potency, and also realizing that it is through the power of the sun that we even draw breath. Okay, not to go to your head too much, Leo, because you can be a bit of a vain sign at times as well. But it is because of Leo energy that we exist and live in the first place, and that comes with so much power. So you've got to really wrap your head around that potency and that electricity and energy that you have within you, and understanding how that can be channeled and how that can empower many people, because that's part of the sun's job, is to empower all of the other organisms and to empower and give, electricity and power and energy to the entire universe. So you do tend to attract parasitic and leech type of people because they want to absorb your power, but you also have to understand that through what you generate and through what you give back is your purpose of being here as well. So how can you create the incredible album or the incredible, business that does give and empower people around you and the people that you're supporting, while not giving the things that you don't want to give, okay? The other concept is accepting that all matters can truly be in your favor. Okay, so 2018, it might have felt like things were unfavorable, but I feel that you're so supported by the planetary energies in 2019 that everything can be in your favor and everything can be spun in your favor. So even difficult experiences can become your saving grace. Like even the most difficult loss can become the most lucky thing, and also the most peace-bringing thing as well. Understanding how loss can bring peace is going to be an important thing for Leo. Okay, so really thinking about that and really working with, how you can make whatever situation something favorable. There are hard things, but I don't feel that many of you who are very Leo activated go through like terrible trauma in 2019. It's more little things. It's more like, small scuffs, small chips on the shoulder, and those things really need to be reinterpreted and made more peaceful. Okay. Of course, there are some things in life like death of loved ones or really difficult things like that you don't necessarily need to work with it from that train of thought, like how can I make this a peaceful and lucky situation for me? But what I'm talking about are like, oh, my boss looked at me weird when I didn't, work really hard for her. And now this is going to be like a really traumatic thing for me. Like really letting things like that not overwhelm you in 2019 is so important. Anyway, Leo, I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling my tarot cards, and we're going to get a tarot card for you for the year of 2018. Let's see what's coming up for Leo. Give you guys some ASMR here, shuffling the cards. I'm just waiting for something to jump out here. Significator card for Leo for the year of 2019, something that helps to explain what we're coming from and what we're moving into and how we can heal best and thrive best in 2019. Okay, and that would be strength. Oh my god, what are the odds? Y'all, I swear I'm shuffling. I mean, strength, your card. That's nearly cliche, isn't it? But how incredible to draw that infinite options, infinite opportunities, healing with grace, caring with grace, taming the beasts of your life in a graceful, evolved, and balanced way is what you're called to do. Not lashing out, not imploding on yourself, not, running through the house in a temper tantrum, knocking things over. This is gracefully navigating whatever situation may come up and understanding that you are powerful and potent enough to control your own reactions and to at least choose what your life consists of and what emotional presence of people or experiences that you want in your life. I also feel that something that is implied with strength is also the theme of forgiveness. So it could be a really wonderful time to forgive those who have caused you pain or turmoil, because with the lack of that, it increases the sense of turmoil. So it doesn't necessarily mean reaching out or telling someone specifically that you forgive them. That could be nice, but it does perhaps entail that within your own body and within your own mind that there's no longer a sense of revenge or a sense of getting back at people. And through forgiveness, you find a sense of peace within yourself and an understanding that people aren't going to do that to you as well. So it's a very golden energy with strength. So like very golden rule, like doing unto others as you would have them do to you. Really thinking about that in the year of 2019 will get you extremely far. And working with your creativity. So strength is also about not succumbing to monotony as well. And, understanding that you are a creative being, very solar plexus, very, again, yellow golden energy. And also dealing with animal instincts and lower brain as well. So sometimes strength over devilish types of compulsions or compulsions that would really cause a lot of uproar in your life if they were to go awry. Strength over those things, rising above those things, really channeling through like your crown chakra, a divine and almost noble ways of handling crisis or difficulty. And as I was saying in your intuitive message concepts, like understanding your potency, understanding how strong you actually are, understanding how much you can actually heal. Like the energy around you, Leo, is so vast. Like just as I'm doing this reading and as I'm doing this channeling, like things in my space here are like flying around. Like there was like a plastic bag that just like flew off the shelf and like into the floor, and it like scared me. And I'm like, what was that? And I'm like, okay, the energy is like crazy and like very motion oriented with Leo. And you have to understand how potent that makes you and how much strength that does give you. Okay. And trying not to fear that, and understanding the infinite blessings that also come your way as a result of that, okay? 2019 is going to be incredible for you, Leo. One of the best and most ease potential years for you in a long time. Don't doubt it, and don't underestimate yourself in this year. You will overcome and supersede underestimations of yourself and anyone. So expect great things, expect benevolence, expect health. You can definitely have those things if you want them, okay? Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you'll get the chance to check out my 2019 year ahead meta companion. I go month by month and give a tarot card for each month, and then I also just give some specific and generalized healing concepts aside from the month to month as well. It's more than 10 pages, and it has some really great information for navigating the year. I hope you'll check that out. You can click the center of the screen to jump over there and download that. Again, your likes, subscriptions, and comments make my day. Thank you so much for being here, Leo, and I'm wishing you love, abundance, and prosperity in this incredible year. Bye.